Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey fish family, welcome back to Tabarak Aquatics, and I am Ras, and you're here, back here in my fish room. Okay guys, real quick, I want to tell you what this video is going to be about. This tank here behind me, I have wild discus in this tank, and we're going to discuss this tank because I've had some viewers making comments and asking questions, wanting to learn more about keeping these wild discus and how do I keep them and what do I think and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a video about this tank here behind me and try to go in depth or go into some detail about it. Water changes, temperature, pH, stocking, and the skate. I'll try to go as deep as I can without boring you guys. Okay. Now, before we go into this tank, I want to say thank you so much. All right. I did not get a chance to address the fact that I had recently passed the 1,000 subscribers benchmark. I have over 1,000 subscribers, and I wasn't able to address that because recently my wife and I we just had a brand new baby, and I've been very busy with that venture. Okay, but I do want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I really, of course, I couldn't have done it without you guys. Okay, so if you're new here to this channel, please stay strapped in. Please watch to the very end, please. And if you watch it this far, I think that you're interested in it, you might like what you see. Please go ahead and leave a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and leave them thumbs up right now. Let's generate some activity here so YouTube can recognize that people do want to see what I have to show you. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive in. Hold tight, enjoy the ride. All right, y'all. This is my wild discus tank. All right, and that's my trio of wild discus. They were simply labeled as wild blue discus. The seller had them on his website labeled as wild blue discus. I liked the way they looked. I really did, and I really loved the price that he had them at. So I bought these three, and I bought a fourth one that he's holding on to for me because it wasn't ready to be shipped, and I told him to hold on to it until I'm ready to receive it. So I do have a fourth one that would be going in here. But anyway, this video is about keeping wild discus, keeping discus and keeping wild discus. I've had a few comments and a few questions on it, so I'm going to go ahead and answer for you. Firstly, are they as difficult to keep? Because you keep hearing rumors about how difficult discus is to keep or discus are to keep. And yes and no. You just knowledge is power. If you know, and I learned through mistakes, and I'm just going to share all these mistakes with you guys so you can learn through my mistakes and you don't have to go through the heartbreak. All right, so one of the things you want to keep in mind is there's my green phantom pleco. You want to keep in mind as far as tank mates are concerned, you want tank mates that can handle the water conditions and the temperature. There's auto sinkless, and there's my green phantom pleco again. I love them. I got some red lizard whiptails. You see there's one, and you see in the corner there's a lemon blue-eyed bristlenose pleco. So I have red lizard whiptail catfish, bristlenose plecos, green phantom pleco. I got some stir-by corridors in here. And as far as my dithers are concerned, I have blue emperor tetras. So all of them can take the low acidic water conditions and the high temperature. So the the wild discus, they're the center focus of the tank. So we're going to try to get as comfortable for them as possible, and then work and build around them. They like a pH down between 6 and 6.6. So I try to keep it like somewhere around between 6 and 6.4. You can keep them at 7 or whatever, but you'll be better off keeping them a little lower than 6 than going up to 7. Only problem is that if you go so low, your tank will crash because your cycle, that's a whole nother conversation. But in any case, if you notice, I have air stones in here, well, air disc anyway. I have a lot of aeration as far as that's concerned. I don't have a lot of water movement as far as I don't have a wave maker in here or, you know, a power head or anything like that because I don't want to blow the discus around. They have very tall bodies and they could get blown around or whatever. So I don't want to stress them out. But I do want to, have a lot of oxygen exchange because when the warmer the warmer the tank, the harder it is to exchange that oxygen, and you can suffocate them. But anyway, what you're looking at here is the reservoir that I keep. I keep a tote. Keep a lot of extra water reserves. So that tote is filled with water, and as you can see, I have air stone in there blowing off, and that is blowing off the chemicals that's in the water, the chlorine and chloramine and so forth. And you see the water is dark because I have catappa leaves in there to lower that pH so that when I exchange that water out, I put a pump inside that tote right there, and I pump that water into that tank after I empty some of it. So next thing you want to do is you want to check for the temperature. So I got the reservoir full of water. I got it's gassing off all the chemicals. Now the other thing you want to pay attention to is that okay, see this tank is at 82 degrees, so you want to make sure that your temperatures are pretty matched or pretty close, so that when you exchange that water with your water change, you don't end up shocking or stressing out the fish. So I have a heater in this tote. So, and you see that the temperature in here, according to this thermometer, is 81.1 or 2, something like that. So that's not too bad. So that's perfectly fine. So you're looking at my space heater, and the space heater is just to show you guys that I use a space heater now. I used to heat every tank, but now I use a space heater. So this is my hose running from that reservoir up to this tank. Now I'm refilling the water. So you see, there it is, it's empty. So it took all of that water. So that was a perfect water change. It took all that water, and this is the end result right here. Nice and beautiful, nice and clear. It don't look all nasty. Now it's not as dark as it could or should be, and that's probably because I have a UV sterilizer in this tank, and that's just because I want to take extra care that these discus don't get any illnesses. You know, I'll probably stop running it at some point so that I can get the full effect of the black water effect and everything like that. But these plants look like they're starting to make a comeback. They look like they're enjoying it, and there's the air disc blowing the bubbles and everything. Like I said, the high temperature makes it hard for the oxygen to exchange, so you might want to run an air stone or air disc or whatever. But you don't want a wave maker or a power head because you don't want to stress out the discus by blowing them around. Just keep it steady and stable. That's basically all I can tell you. Now the reason why I have this tank at 82 degrees versus 84 degrees is because the plants. I want to give the plants a chance to make it, because most plants can't survive higher than 80 degrees really, and that's why all these plants got the withering and dying in here, and the only ones that's surviving is the Anubias, the Java fern, and I look like I got my lace plant making a comeback over there in the corner, and my red tiger lotus is making a comeback. There's a couple of corridors hiding over there. Like I said, the stir-by corridors, they can handle the low pH and the high temperature. The tetras do just fine. Just keep in mind that when you get tank mates that can survive, but you're doing everything to accommodate the discus first, of course, and then you build around it. So that's what I have to say, y'all. Some people will do no plants at all, but I like a planted tank with discus and angelfish or whatever. It just looks good. Plus, the benefits of plants, as far as we all know the benefits of plants. There's my Nana Petite Anubias that I have, and there are my discus. I haven't had any problems so far. They're very healthy, and what I did is I took some lessons that I learned when I had kept wild panda waru in the past, and I lost all of them. And I took all the lessons from that and applied it here, and it's working out just fine. I've had these guys for a good while now, and they are not only surviving, but they are thriving. And I can't wait till I put that fourth one in here. I think I'm going to put a few more, well, a good amount more Blue Emperor Tetras, because I love the way they, the accent of their beautiful blue when you look at the contrast. And there's a little lace plant trying to make it back. You see it? Little sprouts. And so, of course, I put fertilizer in there for them to help them out. And, you know, got to balance the lights just right, because you don't want the lights so bright that they, you know, it's all about not stressing out these Discus. If you could just keep that in mind, then it's really not that hard. And that's what I have to say about that. Thank you for checking this out. All right, y'all, that's going to be the wrap. If you're still here, thank you very much for watching this video all the way through to the end. All right. Again, we reached that 1,000 subscription mark. We passed 1,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, of course. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. What we're going to do next, we're going for 10,000 subscribers, y'all. We're going to go for 10,000 subscribers. I need you guys' help. We can do it. We're going big for 2024. We're going to do some building, some expanding, some upgrading. Plywood builds a huge mega tank, gigantic tank, pool ponds, racks, do some breeding, and of course, more fish, more new fish. All right, we're going to get some more new species. I do have some a few new fish that I haven't showed you guys yet, but we'll get around to it. But we're going to get more fish. We're going to go big, okay? Big for 2024. I appreciate it. Hey, y'all. Hey, family. Until next time, happy fish keeping. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.